Um, I saw some excerpts of Mommy Dearest, and one of them was the scene in which Mommy Joan Crawford uh, tries to force Christina Crawford to eat a very, very rare steak. Very rare steak. Okay. Um, Now, apparently, I read somebody said that during that time period, there was actually a fad of cooking steak very rare, at least in Hollywood. And so that kind of came from that. And they had the idea that, you had more of the vitamins in it if you basically left it till it was almost raw. And, so that the, blood was coming out of it whenever you push when the little girl pushes the fork in and blood comes out of it. Okay, that would be kind of gross, especially from a child's point of view. And of course, mommy makes a big deal out of it. Now, this does remind me of the tendency in general to try to force children to eat things they don't want to eat. I kind of think that this is just a very bad idea. Um, and that you should just let the child substitute something else. Okay. I think that when you do that, you actually set the groundwork for eating disorders, and you make people afraid of their food. You put the kind of adversary relationship between the child and the food. Okay. Now, also another thing you have to remember is one of the reasons why children tend to be resistant to eating vegetables is the fact that children have more bitter receptors in their mouth than adults do. As you grow older, as you go from childhood to adulthood, the bitter receptors tend to get lost or tend to decrease. Although some people have more bitter receptors than others. Like one reason why I can't stand the taste of beer, I can't even sip it, is because it is bitter and I, just can't stand that taste at all. Now, okay, now I was a notoriously finicky eater when I was growing up. My fourth grade teacher remarked about my eating problem, that I just didn't eat vegetables, didn't eat a balanced diet at all. My mother often got on to me about it, and my father supposedly got tired of making every meal a battleground. Okay, and I was super finicky until when I was a young adult, when I started dating. I wouldn't eat rice, I wouldn't eat soup, and I wouldn't eat vegetables, or hardly any vegetables. Corn and carrots, raw carrots I could eat, raw celery, and corn on the cob, and that was about it. Okay, right now I'm still a pretty finicky eater, but I eat rice, I eat soup, and I eat vegetables. Now, how did this happen? It's happened because I started to live with my boyfriend, who is my ex-husband now. And he remarked that he thinks that the reason my food choices expanded was, he said, you started to trust my cooking. He did the cooking for me. And I started to take tentative bites of things that I hadn't in the past that he had cooked. And that's that's pretty good. So I do more of it. Another thing about it, though, was sometimes he'd experiment and bring me something and I didn't want it. There was no argument. He didn't get on to me about the fact that he had cooked it and I wasn't eating it. Didn't even try to make me feel guilty about it. He just ate it himself and ate it the next day. He didn't get on to me about it. We didn't have a fight about it. Okay. So he was able to expand my eating choices just because he was a good cook and I came to trust him. Now, oddly enough, my Aunt Veda got on my case because she said a man can't cook anything complicated.